Hi everybody. Today I'm going to mention Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Starbucks, and Tesla. I think I mentioned the last four yesterday, but I think there's some interesting price action to talk about on those. You can follow my posts on Twitter at NoRandomTrades, and here you can see what I am going to talk about today. That's already posted, and you can also see some of the posts that I did in the past and how they are actually playing out today. So let's get started with this. Apple daily chart. Again, I base my day trading on my swing traders trading on this 1 day chart, and I basically go back in time or decrease the time periods all the way down to 1 minute, and that's how I decide if it's a good opportunity to trade or not. So basically what I'm seeing here on Apple is, I haven't mentioned Apple I think in 2 weeks or so, but what is catching my attention here is that this keeps going up, which if you actually got into this area right here, that would have been a great trade. However, what I think is, and this is probably gonna keep going up 1 or 2 more days, if that, and then it's gonna take a breather. And you can see that in the past how Apple behaves, that gives you a lot of momentum, and then you have another pullback, and then it keeps going up, and you can see it here several times. So the behavior is pretty common. You have runs as long as this one, so we might be seeing this here. However, the behavior of the MACD and the TSI and the RSI is a little bit different. The RSI is kind of similar, but we could also see a little bit of a range in this area right here of 192, between 192 and 195, and that way the indicators would probably cool down a little bit, and the price action or the indicators can actually catch up and make this a little more reasonable. As far as what I see right now, I would have some expectations, and pretty soon we might see a pullback, which would be healthy for this move. This looks pretty dramatic if you go from here to here. So you win, what is this, on the range of let's say 164, 165 all the way to 192 without much of an issue other than this few days right here that you were right. So keep an eye on Apple. I think I wouldn't go long on this, and again, this is just my way of seeing the charts. You make your own decisions. This is not financial advice, but I think a little bit of a pullback is already due on what I see here. The EMAs are also pretty much going up in a straight line, so keep an eye on this and be cautious. Amazon, I mentioned Amazon right on this candle right here, which is Tuesday, May the 7th. So what I was saying, or either the 6th, what I was saying is that I'm seeing a double top, and if we don't mount this level 189.86 or 189.6, it would be likely for this to actually keep going down. What I think is going to happen now is you either have the support level of 171, or you actually can keep an eye on the SMA 35, which is probably gonna have this trajectory here, and see how the price reacts to this indicator. And if it bounces from there, then you have to now get back into looking into 189. If it actually breaks down, I think you have room to 171, and then just keep an eye on that. I really don't think it's gonna keep going down all the way to this gap fill, but it could. But I don't know. For now, I'm just keeping an eye on this one indicator, SMA 35, and the candles, how are they going to behave here? Now, based upon the MACD and the TSI, I feel, or I think, that this trend is gonna continue towards the zero line. So that will take a few days, and by then you're gonna be actually catching up with this indicator, and then you can actually make a decision. So there's where I am on Amazon. Google. I mentioned Google also somewhere around here, and I think I recognize this pattern somewhere around here on this bounce, and I was like, this would be great if it bounces, retests, and goes, and it actually did. My concern here, and the reason why I didn't want to get into this trade, which I kind of regret, but it's not, when I see this kind of behavior on the MACD and the TSI, I just stay away. And the reason for this is because I already think that it's overextended and the pullback is due. Obviously, it didn't play out that way. It kept going up. But these levels right here on the MACD and the TSI are pretty elevated. And that resides already at 72, I believe. So expect a pullback, whether if it's because news or just because profit taking or whatever that might be. But I'll be surprised if this actually continues the way it goes. Yeah, this is a pretty incredible chart. If you see it from here, from 131 to 179, that's pretty cool. But keep an eye right here on what's going on. There might be another pullback. Not another pullback, a pullback, and then these indicators are probably gonna cool down a little bit, and then we can actually keep moving up. But definitely, I still think that my support level should be 164, and well, there's no resistance at this point. So just keep an eye on Google. I think it's gonna cool down a little bit, and then we can, I guess, assess the next move. What I want to mention Microsoft. I did mention this yesterday, and the reason why I'm mentioning it today again is because on the 6th I mentioned this move, and I did this. I mentioned this yesterday on the video. How these candles were behaving on the SMA 35. They were actually bouncing. So day one, it tried to go over or got close to 416, went down, bounced again on the SMA 35, and then it went up over the EMAs and just kept going. Broke 415, which I said if it breaks, is a good opportunity to buy. I did buy some options here and here. I did sell yesterday, and I didn't get into this play again, but it actually played the way I said, which was that this setup has a lot of potential to go over 430, and it did. We actually went to 432, I believe, 432, almost 433 today. So very nice play. Just keep an eye on these kind of setups, and the reason why I was calling this one is because the crash of the lines on the strength indicator and the MACD were telling me that there was a very possible move. In addition to that, you could see the SMA 35 and the EMAs. The RSI was also on our side. So this was a great setup, and I'm glad I took some call options here. And then, I sold yesterday, but definitely there was more room, obviously, to keep going up. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna say anything about Microsoft tomorrow, but we'll see. Netflix. Netflix. Another name that I mentioned yesterday, what I said was, this is also a great setup. You have this support level right here. 1, 2, 3 candles went up over the SMA 35, kept going up, actually mounted the AMAs, the 9 and the 20, and then kind of like had a little bit of a range right here, bull flag if you want to call it. I don't. And it actually kept going up, broke 369, and I think next resistance level, actually let's go on the weekly, next resistance level, you're here, which is 690. Now if you actually want to use actual price action, which would be the wick of this candle, you are at basically 700. So I do think there is room for this. If this has a little bit of a cool down, that'll be fine. But I think NFLX is also still on a good setup. It mounted a 635. This doesn't look too crazy. The RSI is about to be over par, but if we have a slow day, tomorrow is what, Wednesday, there might be some volume tomorrow. If we have a little bit of a cool down or a rebound here, which could happen too, that would be great. I think that this can actually go back to all-time highs. So keep an eye on this setup. I really like it. This was a very important resistance level. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many candles that actually try to break this level and finally did it yesterday and then today. So this looks actually pretty good. Just be cautious as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 1 or 2 minimal red days and then we actually keep going up. So keep an eye on that. What else do I have? Last, as per usual, Tesla. What I said yesterday was that I didn't want to make any position on any real predictions, considering how the MACD and the TSI were behaving. Basically, they were flat. I had, to be honest, a little bit more of an inclination to the bear side, but I was very wrong. This broke the little range that we have, 174, 177, and it actually shoot all the way up to 186.60. Pretty impressive. Today we got, what was the 6.66%. Interesting number. And then I think obviously you have your next resistance level, which is 193 or 194. But again, Tesla is a very difficult name to trade, since it's so reactive to news and comments online and trends and whatnot. So it's a difficult, I guess, stock to predict. But if you were on it today, this was a consistent way up. I saw a couple of day traders, scalpers, that made pretty decent money today just buying options on all this level, right here on these levels and right on these levels after this small, I guess, or slow consolidation here. It was a pretty nice move. But this is also very, it can go the other way, meaning it can go negative as well on Tesla. The behavior of this stock, as all of you know, is pretty hard to predict. So I'm happy that it went up. I had a bias for I guess a bear move, but I actually am happy to see Tesla somehow trying to move up. I think 193 is the next stop, and then we might have a little bit of a hard time breaking this level, and then we'll see. There is nothing here at 193. We probably can see after 193 is 205, and then I don't know. But again, Tesla is a very unpredictable stock. I think that the move from this is due to the increase of interest, I believe, on Tesla cars, I believe. But I'm not sure. I just look at candles more than news. So here you have it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, NoRandomTrades, and also subscribe and like. And don't forget, this is not financial advice. This is just me taking a look at the chart, journaling in some way, I guess. Just keeping an eye on what I like to trade. I think I'm gonna expand this watch list and mention some other names, like Shop has an interesting setup in my opinion. But anyways, make your own decisions, make your own research, and hopefully this is helpful for you. Thank you.